ever had that moment where you actually look at a YouTuber's car and you're like, oh man, he has this cool car. I wonder what he's gonna do to it. And then that same YouTuber did this everything to your favorite car, and it's like, no, I would have done this or done that. Well, here's the news, Buttercup. That's their car. You don't have to like it, especially when it comes to things that are so opinionated. It's pretty funny. And if you don't like it, then file a complaint and someone that it does belong. What's going on, everyone? Godric here, and welcome back to another video. And this is the first ever countdown for 2022. I would say first video, but nah, that has to go to my channel update for what's going to come for the next couple of months per se. So anyways, this is my top 5 modifications and cars in GTA that doesn't bother me as much as it used to. So yeah, without further ado, and this is also my very own biased opinion, and there's gonna be two different things. There's this, and then there's one that still bother me. So starting off the list, we have the big wings slash the roof rack combo. Now, for those who don't know, this was based off of Forza Horizon's roof rack slash big spoiler package, which is not as bad as many people think it is. Now, what most people think is, well, rice, due to the fact that they never seen anyone put a roof rack along with a giant spoiler. And I mean, yeah, in this clip here, the car is pretty much exaggerated to the point where you're wondering, okay, why in the world do you have a roof rack with a giant spoiler within a giant spoiler? Well, there is a reason why. RWB. For those who do not know, RWB has, for the most part, it's probably one of the most inspirations on some of the Porsches I owned, except for the ones that actually had, that doesn't have the wide body. So, yeah, there's that. And also, I just don't find big wings rice anymore. Probably because I'm used to seeing like Rocket Bunny, Liberty Walk, and it got me immune to giant spoilers. So, without further ado, let's move on to the next entry. Number 4, we have neon underglow slash colored headlights. Now, for those who are wondering, no, this is not rice. And for those who are going to tell me that I'm wrong, well, okay, here's the thing. Any color that is not red and blue is still legal. And you see show cars have this. And heck, even Formula D or Formula Drift actually sponsored neon underglow, and it's usually used at night. And reason why? Well, long story short, you can actually see them when they're about to go and do the drift events. And yeah, for the most part, it's the same thing with colored headlights. Now, for those who do not know, in GTA, in a couple updates ago, we received colored headlights, and these are the ones that actually changed their headlight color. So we can actually change to green, to red, to blue, to yellow, to gold, to even freaking pink. Okay. Um, and they actually go well together with certain themes. For example, my Lincoln Navigator, my newer Lincoln Navigator, actually has neon underglow with red striping along with red headlights. So, and not to mention it has the red lighting on the wheel. So, is it really rice? And I was wondering, yes, it even though it kind of bothers me in some games, but in this game, it just doesn't bother me as much because I got immune to it. Like heck, I even put neon underglow in a couple of cars myself from way back when. Anyways, let's move on to the next entry. Number 3 goes to tempered glass hood slash bonnet, aka glass hoods. Now, for those that do not know, glass or see-through hoods is long story short, it's a thing. And normally, when it comes to things like this, it usually shows off the engine. And when it shows off the engine, it's like, oh, okay, actually looks pretty cool. You can actually see what this person has done to it, and you can actually you can actually hit in it with a certain color. But in terms of the GTA, it kind of doesn't bother me as much. Um, Along with that, it actually has a really cool quirk, which is the fact that, unfortunately, due to the fact that it is like transparent, like the color of it is still there. So if you're trying to paint your car black, then it'll be fine. But if you paint your car, like for example, like this cream color or like white or like a bright color, then it's gonna show. So, yeah. Um, in fact, I actually find those type of hoods pretty cool because not only that you're showing off how the car looks with or without the hood, but you can also like, okay, you can actually open the hood and it looks sick. But on the other hand, there are also other things that you shouldn't worry about because the moment that someone sees through the hood, it's like, oh man, this guy's packing heat in the form of a giant turbo and a computer so the computer on the passenger seat, which is not as bad, but it's pretty sick. Um, and also there's also another thing and this is gonna be an honorable mention, but wide bodies actually doesn't bother me as much because the tuners update actually kind of has had that sort of problem, but I mean at this point I'm just used to like the cars with stock fitment that it actually makes no sense. But nonetheless, it's pretty cool to see how far many of the vehicles that we had in this game go so far. Anyways, let's move on to the next entry. Number 2 goes to front conversion slash bumper headlights, specifically the Porsche 935 style. Now, for those who do not know, this is actually a thing. I am not joking. If you actually go into so if you have Car X, you probably will see the Piranha X with a specific front end, and that front end is based off of a legit DVD with that front end, and it actually made its way to GTA in form of the Euros, except the Euros is a 370Z, not a 350Z. And those that do not know, um, this type of style used to bother me so much that I will actually ignore the majority of the front end because of, well, I do not feel like actually covering the headlights, so that way I can actually this use this headlight. Also, it's the same thing with Now here's it. I also had the same thing with the Comet S2, and I was about to do the same thing with the Cabrio, but I just didn't do it. Um, but for the most part, it's okay. Not gonna lie, it's not as bad. I'm actually using the Euros as an example. Due to the fact that you can actually cover the headlights and then just use those. Um, I mean, then again, it actually can count as a clean build, but it just depends. Due to the fact that literally anything can go wrong without having headlights. So, yeah. Long story short, it doesn't bother me as much, and not to mention, it actually doesn't look that bad. This is only an example, so by the time that I live stream my actual live stream my garage tour, this front would not be on the car. So just letting you guys know that in case you probably wondering, there's that. Um, Now there is like one problem is that if you actually hit anything, one of the headlights go out. Like no joke. Like the moment you hit something, they instantly go out, and that's something that you do not want to have on your car to go out, which is literally just the actual headlights in general. Now, in order to actually activate them, they're actually a high beams type of thing. So, there. In fact, with the Euros, there's two variants. There's that, and there's a clean version. But um, for me, it just doesn't work as much as it does with the other vehicle, or basically with the Porsche. In fact, the Porsche actually pulls it off a lot better than the 370Z. Um, so yeah, there's that. Um, Anyways, last but not least, the final entry. The final entry is excessive camber. This bothered me so much that I refuse to actually just fully max out the suspension. The fact that this game actually has, well, is one of the two games I know that actually has legit literally having a low car can cause problems. Now, the reason why I usually don't see people put in the final option for cars like the Nebula Turbo, or um, the Rebel GTS, is because of one thing, and that is the moment that they actually is slow enough, it cambers, and it'll be like the second or third let's go, yeah, it'd be like the second or third option, and um actually bounds out. So is he trying to say like, oh wait, it's like, okay, is that all, like, is that all the suspension options? Like, yeah, trying to actually lower it, but it actually cambers it. It's like, oh, okay, that's interesting. But it used to actually bother me to the point where it's like, okay, although yes, I like stance in my car, but I don't want to like having the car bottomed out. But in the end, that's basically it, and actually doesn't bother me anymore. Alright guys, that'll be it for now. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Leave a like, subscribe, comment down below what I see next. Now, there is an opposite variant of this, and this is the top 5 list of modifications that still bothers me to this day. So all mentions are Etage deliveries, wide body kits, and last but certainly not least, Benny's wheels. So yeah, without any further ado, hope you guys have a dope day. This is God to sign off. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.